It's the Mr. Marty Show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Mr. Marty Show. So glad to have you here, my friends. You got a lot of friends on the Mr. Marty Show. We're just people come together, sharing videos and poems and art. We got a lot to give to you, and it's all given from the heart. On the Mr. Marty Show. Pull up a chair, got so much to share. You're gonna be filled with jail. You're gonna let a great cheer out. No doubt. For the Mr. Marty Show, the Mr. Marty Show. We got so many people who give their heart to make you a part of the Mr. Marty Show. Mr. Marty Show. Welcome, my friends, to the Mr. Marty Show. And we're going to be talking about our favorite animals, and mine happens to be a moose. Now, this moose was shot on eBay, so I took care of him and refurbished him. Gave new life to a moose. Oh. Everybody wants their car to go faster than the rest. Everybody wants their car to go faster than the rest. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Everybody wants their phone to have the latest apps. Everybody wants their phone to have the latest apps. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Everybody thinks the story is all about them. Everybody thinks the story is all about them. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Everybody thinks the world revolves around them. Everybody thinks the world revolves around them. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Elephant's the biggest in the room. Everybody thinks their elephant's the biggest in the room. Oh, everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Yeah, everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Yeah, gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Yeah, gotta come to terms with the pack of done. Gotta come to terms with the pack of done. That wants to be relevant. Everybody has an elephant. Everybody has an elephant.
Hi Mr. Marty fans, Ma Gilmore here. Today we're talking about our favorite animals. Well, I have two. One is a dog and the other is a parakeet. Now, the parakeet was named Princeton for the street we lived on in LA, and she had been given to my son Brian for a birthday present. Well, we had bought a bamboo cage, not realizing that birds can chew through almost anything, as did Princeton. She chewed through that bamboo cage, and that day Brian had left the window open. Well, birds like to fly out, and Princeton flew out. And we thought, she's lost to the world. Well, it was about 5 or 6 months later, we were headed down to catch a bus to go swimming, and at the bus stop flew in this large group of birds, dark birds, but with them was a green and yellow parakeet. And I looked over at Brian, who was watching this bird, and I said, "Have you been thinking about Princeton?" He said yes. So we both called Princeton's name. And the bird, she looked over at us. We knew it was Princeton. But when the other birds left, so did Princeton, to survive another day. We missed that bird, but she was happy with the family that she had found, and birds just like her. The other animal is the dog that we gave to my grandmother after my grandfather passed away. We had this dog that was part husky and part German shepherd, but had the bluest of eyes. When you look at that dog, those blue eyes would just pull you in. Sarah Blue was her name, and she was a very smart dog, and grandmother loved her and took her everywhere with her. Well, she had watched my grandmother over and over answering the phone, and my grandmother didn't like to use her hearing aids, so half the time she couldn't hear the phone. Well, this one day the phone was ringing, and Sarah Blue had watched my grandmother, and so Sarah Blue went and took the receiver off of the telephone, laid it down, barked into it, ran to my grandmother, and pulled her with her all the way to the phone. Well, when Grandma called us, she said, "You'll never guess, Sarah Blue knows how to answer the telephone for me." Two smart animals, Princeton the parakeet and Sarah Blue, our ever dear Sarah Blue, the half husky, half German shepherd, whose blue eyes could take you anywhere. So, Ma Gilmore, saying peace, and please take care of our animals. Peace.
And now, 30 seconds of cue.
Hello everyone, Polly Chase here from Marty Fine Art. Have you visited Marty's website lately? I encourage you to check it out. We've added a new section for greeting cards featuring 8 of Marty's original artworks, including his latest painting, One-Eyed Wolf. And did you know you receive a 20% off discount when you join the email list? Sign up today at martinmccormick.com and you'll receive a code for 20% off your first order. Shop for fine art prints, t-shirts, tote bags, coffee mugs, greeting cards, and so much more. Apply your code in the shopping cart and enjoy your 20% off discount courtesy of martinmccormick.com. Thanks for listening and happy shopping!
Jan's garden is now experiencing the middle of winter. This morning, the clear blue sky promises a sunny, although cold day. Waiting patiently for me to make an appearance are a few sulphur-crested cockatoos. The only other birds in the garden at this time of filming are the male bowerbird with one of his female friends. The cockatoos are waiting for this feeder to be filled with seed. The male bowerbird is black, and in sunshine his feathers show a beautiful blue sheen, matching his blue eyes. Perhaps this is why he is so attracted to collecting blue items for his bower. The female is a greenish fawn colour and assists the male in maintaining the bower. I often find blue items in various parts of the garden, obviously dropped in transit from other places. I do not help them in any way to add to their collection.
Hi everyone, Mary Dallas here, and today I would like to share the story of my favorite animal, which was a little Shih Tzu Chihuahua mix named Kiki. She was my best friend, my best furry friend of all time. Followed me around everywhere. She was actually my sister's dog, but when I was living with my sister, and every time I got up to leave the room, she would get up and follow me. And my brother-in-law actually called her a traitor as she walked by his chair. But yeah, she was precious to me, cutest little dog that ever walked. And I continue to look for her every time I go to my sister's house. I miss her with all my heart. And someday, I'll go see her in doggy heaven. That's my doggy, my favorite. Miss you, Kiki. Love you.
Hey, this is Dr. Tim and Kyle, my best friend. He's such a cool dude. Why do I like Kyle? Because he gives good kisses. Good boy. Good boy. Get up on the shoulder. There you go. Kyle goes with me everywhere. Sometimes we go outside and it's dangerous. He tries to fly away. Sometimes he likes to poop on us, which is not a good thing, but we let it go. And sometimes he just will not shut up. Who is that, Kyle? Who is that? But overall, I think he's a good pet, and he's definitely brings joy to our lives. And he's kind of like our son, but he does definitely get into trouble. So if you're thinking about getting a bird, I would recommend a cockatiel. They're very fun. He talks a lot, he whistles, but he does poop a lot. So if you're thinking about doing it, you should definitely make him wear a diaper. We haven't done that yet, but we're considering it for sure. I love animals, especially birds. He's definitely interactive. He's pretty good with kids. Doesn't really bite.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Jo, and this is Marshall. Marshall, say hi. You going camera shy, huh? This is Marshall. Hi, Marshall. Marshall is 14 years old, and he is a character. Let me tell you a little adventure story about Marshall. Can I tell him the story? Is that okay with you? Yeah? Okay. Last summer, right about this time, Marshall went on a little adventure. He got out of the house, probably when my husband took out the garbage in the morning, and disappeared. Now, he'd gotten out a couple times before, but was only gone maybe for a day, and was maybe in the neighbor's shed or in our garage, so he hadn't gone far. Well, this time he was gone, and we thought for sure that we'd lost him. Well, 2.5 months later, I'm on Facebook, just kind of scrolling through, and I come across the lost animal page, and there's this picture. So I called my son Zachary, and I said, Zachary, is that Marshall? Is that our baby? Beautiful cat. And you know how the light will hit your cat's eyes in a certain way? Bright green. And he looked at the picture and he goes, yeah, I think it is. So he called the guy. We have to Deville Park also, only like 4 blocks away or so near the high school. And he said, yeah, I think my brother took that cat in. So we made arrangements for the next day to pick him up. At 10:30 at night, Zachary gets a call. He calls me back and he says, Mom, they gave the cat to the cage shelter. And I'm going, oh no, we'll never get him. So 9 o'clock in the morning, we're the first ones there. I showed him pictures of my cat and gave him the information, the cat's number and all that, the case number. And I said, I think it's Marshall. And so I told the lady, here's pictures of him. His name is Marshall. So she went in the back, took my phone. She called him. He came running to the cage and started crying, didn't you? Started meowing, my little baby. Nah, here, let's go up here, go up here. That's it, that's my baby. So my husband and I went back there, and sure enough, there you were. We thought we'd never see him again. He was gone for 2.5 months. Marcia, you ever gonna tell anybody where you went for those 2.5 months? But you're home now, and we love you. Thank you. Say bye-bye, Marshall. Bye.
There. Oh, I can get over that wall.
Oh, yeah. Capture a little stream sound here. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, for filming. That'll be interesting. Wow, look at this. Absolutely.
I'm not afraid of dung, okay?
That's great.
Our mission at Mr. Marty is to create a show of variety that feeds the soul, with people from around the world contributing. We can become as big as your gift will allow us to be. Won't you consider joining the team? Go to martinmccormack.com and pledge a monthly contribution. Let's keep this growing.
This is kind of what I'm looking for. I just want to have her stand out. Have my lightning bolts and such stand out. So let me work on it for a little bit. It's extremely subtle and I like it. I like what it's doing. Now, all I have to do is kind of bring back in a little bit of her face. See what that does? It pops it out a little bit. So what this gives me is just that a little bit more of a dramatic kind of look. You know, this crown. I'll just throw some, even though this is a spiral, I just want to introduce it coming out. It feels right to kind of have it just arcing a little bit out of her hair. Just the most subtle thing. And then I have to just kind of revisit where I ran over the line, see? But I think our picture is finished. I don't want to mess too much. There is a certain point where once you start touching up, then you mess up. And I'm going to live with this for a couple days now. But really, for all intents and purposes, I think we're done. And I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little into the world of the surreal with the Appalachian series, but even so, I like it. I like it because it is kind of a little mystical. And yeah, that just gives her just that much more. Let's see, I'm giving her some eyelashes. Prettying her up a little bit. She doesn't have to be an ugly crown. It's just a crown. There she is. She brings the rain. But we'll come up with a name for it. But again, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this bit of In the Studio. And I hope you watch all the different series of this picture being made. It's quite a challenge, but I'm happy to see that it turned out the way it did. Whoops, look at that. I missed a bit of lightning. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for watching the show. The Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. Goodbye. From the Mr. Marty Show. Have a good day.
Whose dog is that? Anya.
Bye-bye.
What's the name of the dog?
Paper.
Houston, we have a problem.